Podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the work week. And we have begun another one. I hope it's off to a fine start for you. Some of you have the day off for Juneteenth. Stu has a day off. A guy who delivers Dippin' Dots. The Dippin' Dots crew gave our pal Stu the day off. Okay? This is like a national holiday. It's a big deal. It's like the end of slavery. All right? So if you have the day off, good for you. Good for you. Yeah, as you can see, some of you can see, I got my crew here. I got Darla. I got Bruce. Benny's in the other room. O'Neill here. Listen to what O'Neill did. I was so pissed off when this happened. I was like, I can never speak of this. Whenever I'm really mad, then I'm like, or shocked. I'm not going to talk about this. There's no way. And then I'm like, well, why the fuck wouldn't I talk about this? This is incredible. I was so pissed off at O'Neill, and that is rare for me to actually be mad at O'Neill. I was preparing the Father's Day Shish Kebab Festival. I cut up the food and I marinate all of the pieces of meat and cut up my vegetables, and then I transport this across the state on ice to my dad's house, and we have a shish kebab party. So I'm cutting up. I have 3 pounds of top sirloin steak. And I have to cut them up in 1-inch cubes, like squares. That's cube, I guess. 2 of the 3 pounds are on the cutting board, and he consumed them. He ate 2 of the 3 pounds of raw steak. Now, that won't hurt a dog. They're like kind of set up to eat that type of crazy shit. Of the 3 pounds that I was cutting, he ate 2 of them. And it's the old doggy distraction technique. Dinah went upstairs to take a shower, and then I noticed that she did not bring Darla up with her. And that's kind of like at this stage of the game, I don't know. It just fell through the cracks. She should have taken the dog upstairs, knowing that I'm completely engaged in getting this food ready. It's at 9:30 at night on Saturday. Sunday, we have to leave. All I want to do is finish cutting up this food, and then do what I have to do, put it in the fridge, and then go to bed. Darla's like, I got to go outside. I'm like, fuck. I don't think for a second, okay? And I just walked away from 2 pounds of steak. And so, obviously, you know what happened. But, so I take Darla outside to go potty. And it was, when I was as far away from that door, the back door, that it hit me. I went, oh, no. Oh, no, because O'Neill is like long. He can very easily, he jumps on his back. He gets on his back legs, and he'll put his face easily. If there's anything like a foot, like within the first foot of the countertop in this island that we have, he can get to it. He's done this many times over the years. And right away I went, oh, no. I put the most delicious thing ever that he could possibly want up there. And he has access to it as we speak. Right now, he's probably consuming it. Well, by the time I realized it was gone. Because I then picked up Darla and ran into the house. And where there was 2 pounds of steak is nothing. I mean, there's no trace. And he's looking at me like, hey, boy, that was great. Thanks a lot. And he has this look in his face like, kind of like, dog shame a little bit, but he didn't care. I mean, I would have done the same thing. And I was like, oh, Well, so I go upstairs and I bring Darla upstairs and I go, this is kind of your fault. Diana, I go, you should have. I didn't even know Darla was down here. You got to, I mean, if you'd have even said something, I would have made you take her upstairs. This is bullshit. Now I got to go and drive out 6 miles to Meijer at 10 o'clock at night and get more meat and get this ready. This is bullshit. Now, in hindsight, she cannot be blamed. She cannot, I would say, in fact, in hindsight, I get 85 to 90% of the blame for leaving the food out. It was my fault, but I was pissed. And then O'Neill got put into the dog kennel for about half an hour. And then I let him out because I felt bad. He would come on out. You're just being a dog, you know? There's nothing. It's me, not you. You, okay, you did what you're programmed to do. So I ended up getting going back out, spending $16 more on 2 more pounds of sirloin. Oh, my God. More on my event with my dad in a second. In fact, let me just dive right into that. So this is Slaughter the Turk's shish kebab extravaganza Father's Day. It's a tradition now. So the key is to making these marinades. And there's 3 different marinades. One for the beef, one for the chicken, one for the shrimp. And you're buying shit and everything's from scratch. A little bit of olive oil, a little bit of lemon juice, and in the chicken, you take the olive oil, 1/4 cup olive oil, and then you use a cheese grater, the fine setting, and you zest an orange, a lemon, and a lime. So all that zest collects, and you dump it right in there. Then you cut the orange in half, the lemon in half, and the lime in half, and you juice it into there. Then you add a whole bunch of other, I think, like bay leaves. No, not bay leaves. Basil, or if you have tarragon. Tarragon's hard to find. A good substitute is fresh bay leaves. But it has that licorice-y essence to it. But and then you put the meat in there and you let it marinate for at least 2 hours. Oh, my God. Kenny says if you made TikTok videos of these recipes, you'd probably be making bank. I agree. I know that. Well, I don't know if I'd be making bank. All I'm doing is ripping shit off the internet, but that's what people consume these days is TikTok videos. And I've thought about that, and I'm like, but I'm just not in the business of making TikTok videos. It takes time to do that. First of all, you have to shoot the video. You have to make the recipe and then shoot the video. And that's one process. And then by the time you edit it all together and make it look presentable, it's a lot of time. And that's time that I could be doing on my bread and butter. And that is what I'm doing right now. That's time away from what I was born to do, and that is talk to you. So I always talk myself out of it. It's like, because if you're going to do a TikTok video, you can't just make one TikTok video and expect the world to see it. You've got to make hundreds of TikTok videos and build your audience. And then, they watch your content. It takes years. It takes a lot of time to build this, to do that. And that's not my game, man. I'm chit-chat, loudmouth, pop-off guy. Tell stories, giggle, ha-ha, story here. Tell people to fuck off. And then I'm a TikToker. I don't want to be a fucking TikToker. That's too much fucking work. This is enough work now. It's either podcast or TikTok. Pick one. It's easier for me to sit here and bullshit with you for 2 hours than be a TikToker. I do not want the work involved with being a TikToker. And that's embarrassing. Hey, I'm 53. I'm a TikToker. Huh? What? No, fuck that shit. Chris says, TikTok is a pain in the ass with the algorithms. Christmas crack algorithms. All right. Hang on. I got to finish this coffee. And then plenty to talk about. Holy shit. Don't go anywhere. Hang on. One of two. All right. Now we are good. Now the day can begin. Let the day begin. In fact, driving back from my dad's yesterday, I got 25 miles down the road. And I said, I have to pull over. We have to stop at a Starbucks. I have to get a Grande Pike's Place immediately. I did that. And then it was too damn hot. I'm like, I got to get this in my system. Thank God it cooled down quick enough. And then I knocked it back and we survived. I was falling asleep. I was like, I can't do it. I need more energy. I need that caffeine boost. So we have all of this food and drive over to my dad's, get there. First one there, thank God. Started making the risotto. Oh, my God. My Slaughter the Turks risotto. Have you ever made risotto on your own? It's so fantastic, and this is the easiest shit ever. You go to the store and you buy arboreal rice. They're big. They look like pearls. Arboreal rice. And then in a frying pan, or because I made a double portion, I put it in like a kettle. You heat up the oil and you drop shallots, which are the most pungent things ever. Shallots are like high energy onions on steroids. Minced shallots. And if you have to mince shallots, it will destroy your eyes. So either have a fan aiming on the cutting board to blow the shallot fumes out of your face, ventilation, or wear a pair of fucking swim goggles. But even then, it gets in your nose. It'll fuck you up, your throat. Mince of shallots. You throw it into the pan, and then about 2 minutes, they start to become translucent. You put the rice in, and you coat the rice in the oil, and then after about 2-3 minutes, that starts to turn translucent. Then you just start adding chicken broth. No, I take it back. 5 tablespoons of white wine. Let that absorb. That doesn't take long to absorb. And then, 1 cup chicken broth. Stir, stir, stir. Another cup, stir, stir. Let it absorb, And then you do that until all the chicken broth is gone. And then you take it off the heat and you add a cup of Parmesan cheese. Good Parmesan cheese, not the stupid shit you get in a can. And then it becomes ridiculous. Oh, my God. If you want the a recipe, it's on the back of the arboreal rice can or plastic canister that it comes in. You must do this. So good. Jesus. Go to my dad's, make the rice, set everything up. I turn on the grill. I brought this little portable grill. Grill doesn't work. I'm like, oh, my God. We're fucked. I turn around. My dad's grill is there. I go, Dad, is this still working? He goes, I don't know, guy. Hasn't worked in a long. I haven't checked it in a long time. Last time it was used, you used it. I go, all right. Turn it on. Works. Oh, thank God. Saved the day. We would have been so fucked. Best laid plans of mice and men. Something that can go wrong will go wrong. Shit. So it was my dad, Joanne, Eric, Diana, my son, Jim, Aubrey, and the grandkids stayed back. It's tough traveling with them. It's not so much that it's traveling with kids is tough, but one of the kids with being Rowan traveling is the autism makes things a little bit more challenging. Jackie, Justin, my brother Jim, his wife, Sandy, my brother, Norman. Norman makes an appearance. Norman Bummer joins us. And off we go. Wonderful time. I hope you as dads, you had a great time and you did all the dad things. I got a new camp stove. My camp stove went on the fritz. This is the thing, the Coleman stove. You open it up, you hook the propane up to it, and then you fry some eggs by the fucking tent. Mine, we've had since before Diana and I got married. It's a relic. And it went kaput. So I got a new camp stove for Father's Day. That is such a dad gift, a camp stove. So all was awesome. It was a busy weekend, to be sure. This is your old pal EZ with the Queen of the Forest at Grand Rapids Pride. Look at my belly and how fat. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 rolls. You can tell this is where my belly button is. Fat as shit. My titties sticking out. I'm nipping. Oh my God. Yeah, that's rough. That is rough. Something has to be done. I'm really pushing. None of my clothes fit. None. This is EZ with Bender Bones from the Satanic Temple of West Michigan. Now, Bender and the Satanic Temple of West Michigan are on the corner of Ottawa and it doesn't matter. They're right on the corner. And in the middle of the street there, probably 20 feet away from where Bender is, there's a couple of dudes with signs that say Jesus is coming, repent. You know, they're protesting, I guess. And just with the sign, they didn't stay long. Some chick that looked like a linebacker for the Los Angeles Rams stood next to them while playing, like she had a Bluetooth speaker. She's standing next to him, playing it as loud as she could just to kind of shoo them away. And they're ignoring her. I mean, you got to have some, the fact that, you know, hey, I'm going to go and I'm going to do this. I'm going to protest. It's like, fucking why? Before that, there was a young lady walking down the street with a sign, a gigantic sign, and it said, I love big old fat bitch titties. That's what her sign said. I love big old fat bitch titties. Holy cow. So Chris says, I love this, EZ. Fuck yeah, Pride. Oh, stop, EZ. You two look super cute, and I love the Bender Bone selfie. Purple shirt that I had, EZ practicing his grimace look. Oh, yeah, I'm round. Bender is one of the sweetest people on the planet. Here's where I'm confused. And I'll have to go back and listen to my interview with Bender when I had Bender on the show from Satanic Temple of West Michigan. There is nothing evil, rude, upsetting about Bender. Bender and everyone that's with him from the Satanic Temple of West Michigan, these are nice people. They're friendly. And so this is what I'm confused by, even though we did talk about this when he was with me on the show, but I'm trying to figure these people out because there's nothing, they don't believe in the devil. They don't believe in hell. Is this just a human rights organization masked as devil worshipers or masked as satanic in order to get people to, I think maybe, and I'm just speculating, maybe the point is, who cares who they worship? That's not the idea. That's not the focus. You have to look beyond all of that, okay, to be able to pay attention to actually who is there. And maybe that's it. I'm not sure. But there's nothing negative about these people when it comes to their behaviors, how polite they are. You know, if you remember the tenets of now this is not Church of Satan. Church of Satan is different than Satanic Temple of West Michigan. Very different. So I still am trying to, and I can probably try for as long as I want, and I won't forever, and I won't get it. So I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what they're called. I don't give a fuck what they wear. I don't give a fuck what they believe in. I know what I believe in, and that's baby Jesus died on the cross, and you know, and my whole view of the world. But that's not going to stop me from appreciating these people. I love these people. They're great. And I saw Bender, and I took a picture of him. As you can see, him and I standing there next to each other. And him and his crew was there. They were all together. And there was one fantastic moment that took place because dudes with the signs are like, oh, my God. And they're repent. Jesus is coming. And chick with the sign, it says, I love big old bitch titty, comes walking by. And then Bender, people are like on their knees and they're in front of the giant goat head, which is almost like what he stands behind when he's talking to them. And he gets all these people to go yell, Hail Satan! Hail Satan! Right across from where the guys with the signs, it was a show. It was an absolute show. Aram provides some insight. He says Satan is not an evil symbol in their organization. In Paradise Lost, Satan is a sympathetic character who kicked out of heaven and made the most of hell. All right, well, maybe. I don't know. But, dude, there was so much going on. I have so many questions. The Queen of the Forest and I are walking through, and there was it's quite a I mean, you've got various organizations that are like, hey, outreach to the community. You could and then there's marketing. There's people that are actually selling their wares. You know, you might have someone from an accepting church next to a place that is selling things that you can put in your asshole. I'm not even kidding you. This one particular tent you go in, and there's hundreds of booths, by the way, hundreds of them. And they're set because a lot of these people have like fans, all right? And you open up the fan and there's a message on it. And when you look into their tent, the fans are open and you can see the different ones you can purchase. And holy shit, suck my cunt would be on one of the fans. Eat my cum. What? And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then I think that when they set this shit up, they should have because there's like little kids in one booth face painting, getting balloon animals and getting Jolly Ranchers. And they're like, hey, look, Mom, I got this. And right next to them is the booth with fans that say, suck my cum and eat my cunt. And I'm like, what the fuck am I seeing here? Kids standing in front of fans that say, eat my cunt. I don't even like saying it. It's horrible. I'm like, you know, as subtle as a sledgehammer in the face. I mean, wouldn't it make sense to have the Suck My Cunt fan squad and the, I don't know, whatever else is more of adult in nature and kind of like an adults only zone, wouldn't it? I mean, do you have to put it next to the face painting kids on one side and Jake from State Farm on the other? Which, by the way, Jake from State Farm, they have a big cutout. State Farm loves the gays. A lot of marketing went into this. So, it's good. It is it was an enjoyable event. They said no weapons. And I said, bullshit. I'm packing. I had my piece on my hip because I don't trust the psychopath right who want to shoot up the gay pride parade. And I sure as hell didn't trust the flunkies they had there walking around with pistols. They had private security, and they all look like, a bunch of washed out security guards. I'm like, I don't know about this crew. I don't know if these are the best guys you can have. So fuck that. I'm carrying my piece. So I'm walking around Pride with a 9mm hollow point, 16 rounds in the magazine on my hip, with a purple shirt that says "I love the gays." Cole says, I don't care about signs. If there's no metal detector, I also carry. Yeah, you got to be careful in some places. I know about the signs too. Say no guns. You're like, fuck you. You're not going to even know that I have the damn thing there. Ryan says, you never know when MAGA supremacists are going to stand up and stand by and stand up and stand down and stand by. Let's see. What else did I want to discuss about the Pride Festival hilarity? That's about it. As the day wore on, we ended up leaving. And then I wore the same getup as Stu McAllister came over my house, and we headed over to Griff's Georgetown for the Grand Raggedy Roller Derby event. Okay, this is my honest review of Grand Raggedy Roller Derby. First of all, the place was packed. They draw well. All right. We're talking, there was just a lot of people there. A lot of people paid to get into that, and that was sweet to see. This is on a flat track, and I think I'm getting the idea of how you score points and how this takes place. The thing is, it got a little long. I watched the first game, and there's like a halftime. I didn't know there was a halftime. I thought it was like the first game, and then there was an intermission, and then they play another game. But no, it was halftime of this thing. So that's fine. The ladies need to recover. But then, they came back out, and it's kind of like be weird for me to describe to you some of how the points are scored. When you go to the next one, there's like a little sheet that explains what the hell's going on there. But I will say this. It looks very, very difficult, and it looks like it's exhausting. Like a lot of people were tired at the end of this thing. And what stood out to me the most was in a full contact sport, everybody behaved. Like, there's rules. You can't grab. You can't throw people down. The only way you can impede, like block the jammer who's trying to get by the blockers to score points, is you have to kind of get in their way, and they're like holding arms, trying to like keep the jammer from getting through them. And you can just basically get in the way and use your hips. If you have a big ass in roller derby with a little bit of thud behind it, if you have a juicy ass and you can move, you can keep the jammer from getting by you. So I think the best person is juicy ass, but still agile to keep the usually slender, nimble jammer from squeezing by you. And if the jammer steps out of the line, they have to go back about 15 feet to the back of the jam there and get back in and then try it all over again. And if they can get by, then they score points for every member of the opposition that they get by. So, and then they go all the way around. They catch up to the pack again, do it again. You try to get by as many as you can. Each jam is a maximum of 2 minutes. And some of them did go that long, and these chicks were tired at the end of that. But one of the things that stood out to me was if these were guys, there'd be fights every single time. The sportsmanship was off the hook. I couldn't believe it. I didn't see one chick get pissed at another chick. If they did, you couldn't tell. And if you do anything that you're not supposed to do, like grab or something like that, or you get a penalty, you got to go sit for a certain, like in the penalty box. And then you play short a chick. And then that makes it easier for the other team to get by you. So that's how you score points. We got our asses kicked. The Grand Raggedy Roller Derby team got beaten badly by the Ann Arbor team. One of the nice people that are on the team was sitting next to me. There's like an A team and a B team. B team waits for the A team to finish, and then the B team. I couldn't stay for that. It got too long. And that is my only complaint. There's too much wait time between it. 2 hours is my time limit. Okay, to get me to sit for 2 hours on rock hard bleachers is pushing it. And at the end of the 2 hours, I could feel it. I was like, I can't take it anymore. I got to get the fuck out of here. My ADHD is buzzing like you wouldn't believe. So the event starts at 4:30. You do the first half. Halftime's like 15 minutes. Do another half. And then they wait another 15 minutes. I'm like, no. And then, oh, fuck. I mean, the first one ends, and then they announce like MVP and shit like that. And all right, that's cool. But then here's the intermission, 15 more. No. Get the other team out there immediately. Too much time. So I said, that's it. I'm leaving. I can't do it. I would go again. I would absolutely go again. They put on a good show. They're very professional. Very professional. I thought you did a good job, but no. I cannot sit for that much time. Brandis says, this is why Derby is my sport. My ass even has a name. What is your name again? Is your name Brandis Juice Ass? Brandis Juicy? That is a godsend in roller derby. And you can also hip check. You can be scared. If someone's coming around trying to get by you, and you turn your big ass and you put that juicy ass right into them. Oh man, you can knock some of these slender chicks out. So you won't be doing PA for them. No way, no how. There's no way I would do that. First of all, the guy who does it, these two dudes, they know all the names really well. They know the sport. They do a fine job. I could not. It would take me months to be on their level. I'm not even close. I mean, and they do it all like without a script. They're actually doing play-by-play. Fuck that. No, that is too much work. No way. I can't do it. You got a good group there. Don't change a thing. That's my advice to you. The only thing you should change is the amount of time in between. Like, lower that intermission time. It's like, fuck, dude, come on. I can't sit here for that long. All right. So that was cool. I enjoyed that. A lot going on the weekend. So then, I'm circling the drain Saturday. I get home, and that's when I started preparing the food later on in the evening for my dad's extravaganza that O'Neill then ate. Ugh. That was crazy. Brandis says, I agree. I hate sitting around, too. I don't like to cool down too much. I guess there used to be a lot of theater, like pro wrestling, in roller derby. And I think that, and what I saw was flat track. There's also like a track where it's like cambered the whole way. The whole track is slanted. And you can see old footage of like people socking each other on a banked track. That's what it's described as. And they fly over the railing and shit like that. Not at all. This is purely competition. There's nothing fake about this. I give it. I would go again. I'll say that. You got me enough that I would go again. All right. For you folks on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, I will send you on your way. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. But if you want the full show, it is at twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Follow me there. Subscribe there. And you can see the show in its entirety without any interruptions if you link up your Amazon Prime account. If you like to actually get it live, Once I'm done with this, I make the audio podcast out of it. And you can get that wherever you download shows. Just search Eric Zane Show Podcast on your favorite platform. I'm on all of them. And subscribe to that so that you get the show. It shows up as soon as I get it done. So that's cool. You can have it ready to go. If I post something on the free platform, you get it. I have a Patreon, too, that I'm very, very proud of. Patreon.com/Eric Zane, where this past weekend I just posted a ton of stuff, including Who Are These Zanes, which is a weekly show where Ben and I review old audio clips from your pal EZ, different eras of his radio career. My radio career. And Who Are These Free Beers? Where, wow, we spent about 40 minutes talking about our heroes and the nonsense that was the candle recall improv conversation. And it was a real stinker to review of an effort on their part. It was literally open up the show and just no one has any idea the direction of the improv, and it sounds like it. It is not great. And Ben and I give an honest critique of it to the problems with that show. And I get a lot of people saying, Oh yeah, there's EZ's just riding the coattails. It's like, look, I don't know if you understand. Listening to the show and describing the problems with it isn't exactly riding coattails. Okay? And I made the point to somebody. I go, dude, I put 20 to 30 hours of content online every week. If every few weeks I do 30 minutes making fun of free beer and hot wings because the show sucks, I mean, that's a pretty good amount of time, or small amount of time compared to the collective work that I put out every single week. I mean, give me a break. And besides, that's not set up for lovers of the show. If you love that show, you're probably not going to like Who Are These Free Beers. But if you're a person who's kind of on the fence and maybe thinking, boy, this show's starting to suck and get boring, you're probably going to be like, yeah, I still hate Eric Zane, but he's 1,000,000% right, along with Ben, and these critiques of what this show is all about. I mean, it's boring. It stinks. Oh my God. So, as I like to say, as I said in the most recent episode, if I can somehow get any person who's under the spell of that show, who somehow believe that is actually an entertaining show, to get you to realize that it is not, and get you to listen to my show, which is 1,000,000 times more entertaining than that drivel, then I've done my work. So Ryan says they should just rename the show Greggy and Chris. No, it should be Greggy and Chrissy in the mornings. With Kelly, it will help attract the audience they're serving now. Yeah, it is a soft rock show now. That's exactly what it is. Aram says, I wonder if when they turn off the mics, they laugh at how easy it is to entertain people. Boy, I don't know. That's a good question. I wonder that too. Patrick says, they ride your coattails. That show would not have an audience had you not have been there. Oh, I know that. That's okay. That's okay. At the end of the day, what I do here is its own thing. It runs on its own. I don't have a care in the world. They do not have the ability individually, any of them, to do what I do. It just wouldn't work. They wouldn't even attempt it. You know? Talk about pod fade. After 3 episodes, they'd be like, oh, this is hard. Yeah, no shit. Fuck me. All right. So I will send you on your way. Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. There you go.